In just a moment, we're going to talk with Bill Gonillo about that issue very briefly. And after this 30-second timeout, we'll come back and talk about Anthony Moy and Doug McCrory. We'll be back from the Civic Center after this. Let it go.
Do you have another one of these?
No.
Bill, do you have one of these?
Yeah, I'm all set. I can't stay too long.
I know. This is going to be brief. Very brief.
I'm looking for Chuck. He's still not here. I can just...
Chuck who? Camera guy?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Steve Dresner and Bill Gonillo back at the Hartford Civic Center. We're just minutes away from the tip-off between Fordham and the University of Hartford. Joining me is former WSAM sports director and trivia buff, and I don't know what else you could say about the guy. But
one heck of a guy.
One heck of a guy. Bill Gonillo is joining us. And Bill, let's talk about for a minute the situation with Anthony Moy and Doug McCrory. Phelan has had his eye on at least McCrory for a while, and he got his wish granted there, but I don't think he was expecting Moy to sign.
No, he wasn't. He just happened to speak to Joe McGinn. But before I go on, I'd just like to say hello to everyone back at SAM. Clark Bogard, the new general manager.
Congratulations to him.
Belated congratulations.
Dave, the engineer there.
And the new sports director, what's his name? He's following in an incredible footstep, of course, in me. So,
well, you followed another footstep, so, hey.
That's true. A legend in his own mind, certainly, Dave Brody. But to get to this topic, and specifically, the Moy and McCrory situation by the university was not really handled the way it should have been handled. Rather than just have a press conference or to announce a signing, interview the players, for some reason there was sort of a paranoia reminiscent of Hoya paranoia within the media, within the ranks between the Hawks and the media. I don't know if it was trying not to be rude. In other words, to be polite. The Hawks, I think, blew the issue out bigger than what it should have been, and it got pretty bad ink. And if you read Olin Canfield's article today, Steve, in the Hartford Courant, it gives you sort of a mixed view as to the whole situation. But in any case, I have spoken to Moy. In fact, I talked to Earl Kelly, the fine UConn guard and best friend of Anthony Moy, the other night, and he told me, well, he's his best friend. He was having some problems at UConn. It had nothing really to do with personality conflicts between Perno and Moy. He just wanted to branch out of there. He didn't really get into specifics, but Earl wished him well, and McCrory and Kelly are both positive about coming to this team.
Now, my question to you is very quickly, is that do you think you would have seen him? I mean, you're talking about relations first between Perno and Moy. Would have Perno used him at all? In fact, you think?
I think so. Anthony Moy, I believe, is the quintessential zone breaker. He has a superb jump shot. He's a little big. He's about 6'2", and he goes about 225. And he's a big boy, but he can handle the ball well. He's quick, and he can shoot the lights out of the ball. I mean, this kid can really stick it. I think Perno was looking forward to sort of use him against the BC tough 2-3, against Georgetown's tough press. I think he's the kind of a player that you could use in that situation. I think he would have been used with the other two freshmen that they have been using so far. So for Moy to say lack of playing time, we don't really know.
I think UConn's biggest problem this season has been the defense. I mean, Perno's been with this 2-3 zone and then 1-2-1, and then he's gone man-to-man. And I'll tell you something, every time I've seen them, they've got really scorched whatever defensive coverage I've seen them play, and I think that's one of their big problems. Bill, finally, on this issue here, now, these two guys dress next season. They play for Phelan. You're losing Stevens, Gutierrez, and I believe Tuzo. All right?
That is correct.
These, and this is what the fans have to realize. These two guys cannot carry the team. I think that people think these two guys are, let's say, the Messiah has come here, and I think it's very deceiving that fans can, have to realize it's going to take time for this Hawks squad to even make it in the NC2A or NIT playoffs.
Exactly. They don't need the extra pressure that these two kids are heaping upon them, but they will contribute. The university needs one player they could sort of put their whole program behind, sort of carry the shoulders. As you remember, UConn had Cornelius Thompson and those kind of players, but they needed one kind of a player that will bring the program back to some stability. These two may be the answer, but they are not the answer alone. I talked to Phelan before the game, and I'll make this within 20 seconds, Steve, I promise you. He's after a couple of kids in Connecticut. One I know, he's about a 6'8" kid who is still growing, and they're looking for some big men now. You match McCrory and Moy with a couple of big men, you've got a legitimate Division I program. I'm a little hoarse right now. But anyway, guys, to get off the subject, and let's talk about you two. Good luck to the both of you, Rob and Steve, and you have a great time with this. Enjoy it, because I had probably my most fun doing this in all my years at the University of Hartford, and it's great to be here. I see some old friends, and I'm probably going to enjoy the game now.
And of course, the section we're sitting in consists of the whole essay of University of Hartford. So,
right.
As they say, for once they are the lower authority now.
Right.
So okay, Bill Gonillo, thank you for joining us, and good luck to you and all that. Coming up next, we're going to have the starting lineups of tonight's game in a moment. This is Hartford Hawks basketball.